Wicked. Wicked tones, you know.
A lot of people, not a lot of people, I shouldn't say that. Stop saying that. Like one person asked me this. Kind of like saying I don't do any bench supported like rows. Because one, I use about 50 different chest supported rows machines, right? But I understand that some people don't have that in their gym. So they're not gonna have, they have to improvise, right? And chest supported rows on a bench are great. It's just that the angles are very tough to actually get chest lift and engagement. So if I'm gonna collapse here and I'm gonna hang over here, all my weight's here, and I go to row up, like I'm up here on the bench and I'm trying to rock through, this thing's unstable as fuck because I can't get over the top where I want. But if I'm trying to be here and I'm trying to like roll up and flex, my range of motion is shit. It's almost as bad as a T-bar row. So it's like, I don't understand why you would want to do that, thinking that, oh, I understand why people do it, because they think because their chest is supported, that I'm here, that my back is being pulled around, which is good thinking. There's nothing wrong with it. You're on the right track. It's just that the angle, just like a lot of T-bar rows, not all T-bar rows, like let's not cry about my T-bar row hatred. It's just a lot of T-bar rows. I'm sure there's great ones out there. The weight is too far down in front of you. Whereas if you notice all chest supported stuff on these machines, the handle is either a little below you or horizontal or above you. It's on an angle that you can use this as leverage. I can't use this as leverage here. I have no fucking leverage on this. Like, other than I'm just gonna snap my arms up. I'm so worried about getting up that I'm breaking the angle. And when I get here, I can't pull anymore. This is as far as it gets. It's not like I can stay here and go, because this is wrong. I can't lift my chest a bit and then go, because then it's trapped. Because I can't get my weight, my chest up to pull. And that's what everyone's missing. So yeah, if you want to use it as a stretching thing, or like understand like very limited range. So if I'm holding these 20s, try not to break my neck doing it. If I'm holding these 20s and I just want to do shoulder retraction, or retract my scapula, or just pull up, feel this weight, like obviously it'd be heavier than 20, 80s, 70s, whatever, feel that pull around the bench, and then understand I'm pulling shoulders back, rocking. And then I can almost swing too, up through. But this pulling is gonna break all that tension, right? So when I try to pull, I don't get shit. And I'm pulled out of here so quick, there's no negative. And everybody's so high on the fucking negative being controlled, I would think that you would want to do that. Seeing as how everyone preaches this controlled, slow, methodical, like death race pace, fucking negative, right? So if that negative can't be controlled here, why are we doing that? It's not conducive to what people preach, right? Whereas if you take dumbbells, learn how to keep your chest up. So even if I collapse here, I'm now using my quad and my stomach are touching. So now I have room to move in this arch position. I can swing up. Yeah, I'm not getting much range, just like on that. But I have a lot more freedom of movement and a lot more momentum to be able to flex up through my back. So if I start here and I rock up through, boom, boom. I get more stretch across, up, up, up. So I'm moving more fluid, using my own body, learning how to keep my chest up, and just using my hip locked in my back arch as my bench. So I'm putting weight into my hips and stabilizing here, so I'm able to move as much as I want back and forth. So it's a lot more productive than this, right? But this looks a lot cooler because you get to like lay across and hump the bench, get your buddy to pass you a fucking 80 and pull the fucking thing. Even on this thing over here, which isn't a bad tool, like a lot of people really like this. A lot of people really like this that don't know what they're doing. Because again, right, like these machines and these companies develop machinery and equipment that makes bodybuilding, like bodybuilding for dummies. So I don't have to think about it. I'm just hanging here and I just pull. And I pull. Like, this is fucking, like, I have zero leverage here. Like, I take this thing out here and I pull wide, even if I pull wide and I come up. It's like, yeah, we can get up here and we can flex back and we can let this rock, really squeeze up, really squeeze up. But in general, if you're looking for an opening and a stretching of the back, cool, do this stuff. But think of it, it's gonna be partial range of motion. Don't think of it as full range of motion, guys. Like, just because you can try to pull it up doesn't mean you shouldn't. This angle is putting you at a position where it's literally telling you the only thing you're gonna be able to move is your shoulders. So we're retracting. So I'm caved in, and I'm retracting. Retracting. I'm not going. But everybody obsessed with weight, like, look at how much room is on that bar.
Yeah.
What do you think they're trying to tell you? Don't load it up. All you need is like a 10 or a 25 if you're a strong dude. Just retract, pull. That's the angle. We're trying to open up your back at it's a less stressful angle because your jack's just relaxed in this position. And I'm just rolling shoulders. So it's not a hand pull. It's a shoulder retraction, arm, hand drag. There's a sequence. It's shoulders, hands. It's not snap and like pull the thing up. It's crazy. Like, I say this shit and when I say it, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, people know this. They're gonna be like, dude, shut the fuck up. And I'm like hoping to get those comments, but I don't get those comments. I get comments of people being like, yeah, like, you're right. Why am I doing that? Or I get the other guys like, that's the best lift ever, you're a loser. Who just want to stick to their bullshit because they get a program from this guy or that guy. He puts fancy terms in like mesocycles and deloads. Makes you think you're on some scientific path to like growth and all this shit. But like, I guarantee you, there's probably like a handful of guys out there. They like, ask them if they trained like a Mr. Olympia ever. Or a top 5 Olympian. Ask them. Their best guys are like top amateur dudes who just haven't you know, put it all together yet. Yeah, maybe because they're thinking too much about what they're fucking doing. With like these different cycles and these fucking like deloading and this and that. It's like, we're here to build muscle, guys. This is not powerlifting. I've said this till I'm blue in the fucking face. Stop treating it like powerlifting. Like, stop treating it like that. We are here to maximally stress the muscle, to maximally isolate and target the muscle we're trying to train, and then we are getting the fuck out of the gym, hoping that we've done enough damage to elicit the build back and growth of muscle so we can keep building muscle. So every workout should be something that you should be in your mind thinking, I can get better every workout. Like, no, you're not gonna wake up the next day from a back workout and be 5 pounds heavier and have lats that hang off your body, but you're gonna get better at the movement, you're gonna get better at feeling things, you're gonna get better at connecting, you're gonna get better with intensity in terms of like understanding, oh, I can maybe push for more reps. And now that I understand what I'm doing, how I'm pulling, what I'm doing, where my chest is going, I'm gonna connect more and more every workout to the point where it's like, now I'm just coming in. You shouldn't come in and think like, oh, I'm trying to move these weights around as much as possible and then I'm just gonna get huge from it. It's like, you should approach a workout the way a masseuse approaches working on a patient. They don't come in and the person lays down and then they go like this, like where's your pain? Fucking there? You know what I mean? They go, they're like, okay, let's like, your pain is like in your shoulder blade. Let's start working your neck. Let's see how your hamstring is. Let's see how your lower back is. It's a whole process, right? So it's like, you should be thinking about your workout the same way. You just come in and like, doing chest today, grab the 130s. Put the fucking thing down, right? It's like, be as methodical as a masseuse would be or a chiropractor would be assessing issues going on with your body, because they're doing the same thing, right? But they're trying to fix problems that are happening. And they're trying to understand like, oh, you're having issues with your your right trap or your right shoulder, something's going on with your shoulder blade or your rotator cuff. Let's see, because maybe it's that you're not engaging your lat properly. A lot of people have issues with lower back, leg issues, hamstring issues, because their glutes are not activated. They don't know how to understand how to just like get their glute to kind of wake up. Not that they need to be doing like all this crazy isolation work, but just like get the thing fucking like, hey buddy, like let's wake up, we're gonna do legs now. I need you to like work so my lower back doesn't take all the strain and my hamstrings don't tighten up like piano chord. Right, so that's how you should be thinking about your workouts. And that's what we say when we mean like, that's what I mean when I say like, don't lift, build. Every workout you come in here, it isn't like, yeah, leg days, you gotta get up for leg days. There's no way around it. Leg days suck ass. But even the leg days should be like a methodical approach. The work's gonna probably suck, but like you know what you're doing and why, right? So it's the same way you approach chest. All this stuff, it has to be the way that you guys and girls start thinking. And I can't stress to you enough that this push-pull bullshit is taking you so far away from that. It's not funny. Like, have body part days, have isolation days for certain areas you're trying to build up. If you're trying to bring your arms up and you're just gonna do push-pull arms, it's like, what does the arm day consist of? Just like, oh, I'm gonna do like heavy compound movements like barbell curls and fucking skull crushers that are so heavy I fucking almost separate my shoulder. It's like, yeah, like just find, like devise a plan in your head and attack just the same way, like we said, like a masseuse or a fucking chiropractor. Or a big shout out to my buddy Matt from Matcha Strength and Recovery. How he assesses what's going on. Like, yeah, your fucking IT band on your right side is bound up. Why? Am I just gonna walk in and be like, oh, your fucking IT band, man, like, damn thing is fucking working up again, shove my elbow in there and fucking, you know what I mean? It's like, no, we gotta get everything moving around there. So when we get to the IT band, it's ready to release or it's ready to move more because the things around it aren't holding it restricted, right? It's the same way with your body and the way you approach workouts. Like I'm approaching today, my shoulder's bothering me today. I'm working in a fashion that's allowing my shoulder to wake up and get blood in the area and like get more mobility and fluid in my joint. And then I'm moving on to stuff that I do that I feel a little better. It's not gonna be the best, it's not gonna be like this record-breaking workout, but I'm gonna get more out of it than some guy who comes in here and just yanks machines around and throws dumbbells around. Like, it's just, we need to start understanding that this is a very focused sport. Powerlifting is a very focused sport as well on moving weight. The most mechanically sound that you can in the safest way, but just move that weight, right? So in bodybuilding is the complete opposite of that. It's just, yes, be mechanically sound and move the weight, but do it and feel every second of that lift. I want to be connected to the muscle. I want to almost be massaging. That's why I compare it to massaging, because when I'm pressing, I'm not pressing my hands out and pushing them out. I'm literally connecting my palm with the pressure in my pecs because I'm squeezed into my lats. So when I move, my hands and my pecs move together. So I know that I'm moving through pecs when I fire. And I'm opening on pecs when I move in. I'm not just, you know what I mean? And that's what you have, that's the connection you have to start making if you want to be a top level guy. And if you guys see these guys, like you'll see a lot of guys who are upper level guys, they move stuff very fast, herky jerky. But if you watch them closely and you have an eye for movement, they're on muscle. They may just be trying to push a little too much weight because they still kind of like subscribe to that motto of like more weight equals bigger muscle, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, even if you see them moving quarter reps through like it's like a tricep press down or something, you see like they lock on, then it's So the range isn't that great, but they're rocking on the muscle. Because they've understood like how to connect and then move, right? Whereas other guys, you see, they'll be on that same tricep press down, they'll be like, oh, like it's just completely different look, right? It's like the difference between Steph Curry shooting a 3-pointer and me shooting a 3-pointer. Like, wow, that's gonna be ugly.